we have to normalize scrolling to the bottom of someone's page on Instagram. It's something that's been hated by people, and that there are social norms against it, and that people say that it's creepy and stuff like that. But I think we should normalize it. Like, just go to the bottom of someone's page on Instagram, maybe look at their pictures, at all their feed, click on it, maybe even leave a comment on a 4-year-old picture, stuff like that. Yes, this is like, we have to use the tools that we are given to expand our ways from restrictive social norms, right? There are these ghosts of social interactions that are like, no, you cannot go past someone's picture and even leave a like, because they will know that you have scrolled through the page. And this is, in my opinion, pretty dumb. Why? Because we have all these tools, all these archives of information, of ways of expressing oneself, that we suddenly, because it's creepy, we cut them off, and we avoid making effort. Well, not only us making effort, but we prevent others from making effort with these scary social norms, right? I talked about this on my video that is called Creepiness as a curiosity gap. It's kind of related to this. Basically, in this video, I say something like, creepiness can be, I mean, it's like talking about creepiness in a short form. Don't take it as like apologia of creepiness. Don't take it as like promoting it. No, but it's like contextualizing that maybe some things that are called creepiness maybe are just a curiosity gap of between how much someone wants information and how much someone else doesn't want it. And then also other factors like how much do I want you to know my information, right? Between all those factors. But one factor that contributes a lot to this is like, how much effort is it allowed for someone to put in the acquisition of information, right? And I think that putting effort in acquiring information about someone else is not bad by default, right? And if you have a public profile or a private profile that you've let someone in, I think there shouldn't be this kind of barrier of, I know you can see all my posts, but you are not allowed to comment on the posts that are older than a couple months old, or the older than the 9 first posts that come. Like, these are arbitrary numbers, and they don't really make sense, and they are illegible, and you cannot know which posts are you supposed to like or which are off limits, right? These are unknowable norms. So I think we should normalize the other thing. And the same applies to Twitter. Like, Twitter has this media tab, right? And it's like basically a given that if you have, well, I was going to say the opposite gender, but if you see someone's profile picture and you find it attractive, the first thing you're going to do is like go to that person's media tab to see what else they have posted, right? So that also should be normalized. Maybe not all people do it. Maybe this is more out of line or something like that. But this is also like, there is a public profile. You've chosen to share your information. I should be allowed to view it and interact with it without conventions on like the time expiration date of certain things, right? I want to say that this isn't always considered creepy. I've seen people saying that it's creepy, especially with Instagram and likes, right? When people say, oh my god, this person has liked some post that is super old, and usually it's like on accident. You're scrolling and you like, without, you double tap like on accident or something like that, or you give a friend your phone and they go back to someone else's page and like double tap something to like bother you, right? To like make you look creepy. in the other person's eyes, right? So this is like the creepy side of it. And I've also seen that some people are like appreciated, right? They think that behavior, and they, for example, I've seen friends who usually someone that they look up to or someone notorious, if they go to their profile and they like a lot of pictures in your Instagram notifications, it shows like they have liked like a lot of things, right? Or on Twitter, the same thing. On Twitter, if someone likes like 100 of your tweets, it says this person has liked, like X person has liked 98 tweets of yours. it says it, right? So some people like screenshot it and post it then, and then they are like, thank you, kind of in a cheeky way. But yeah, also like it's not creepy. It's not necessarily that they are like saying, oh my god, you are so great for doing this, but they are like being like, this is funny, right? This is funny and interesting, and like, yeah, I acknowledge that this happened, not in a not creepy way. With I not support it, but don't cancel it either. And with the Instagram example I mentioned before, there are like they posted to the story and they say like, thank you very much for liking all my posts, right, or something like that. So that is like that part. It is congratulatory and like celebrated. And I have some caveats to this. Well, the first caveats are the caveats that come with in this video that I said that creepiness is about talking about creepiness as a curiosity gap, right? That yeah, you can be curious and put effort on something, but if someone else doesn't want that effort put in from your part, and you know it, especially if you know it, if you, because these social norms, that's what I want to normalize it, to clarify the it part, because if some profile is public and I have like all, and in an administrative sense I have access to that, right? It's like I am not under a locked I am not locked out of that. I can physically go to the bottom post of on your Instagram and look at it, right? If there are no administrative limits, but there are these arbitrary social norms that depend a lot on community and on who and on like wooey criteria and stuff like that, then we should normalize putting effort to solve this curiosity gap, because I know that there is some kind of limit to how far you can scroll, but I don't know what's the limit and why that limit exists and why it's considered creepy to find your photos from high school and find them funny or that find them interesting, right? And yeah, and as I said, I was talking about this video, right? The video about curiosity, about the curiosity gap. But another caveat I have is, for example, in edge cases like trans people or something like that, trans people don't really want their past self, like with their dead name and their dead appearance, if they're called like that. I don't know how it's called, but in that sense, right? They don't want it sometimes, right? But usually, if they don't want it, they will have themselves deleted it, right? And for example, I found this post by, well, yeah, this person, she's trans, and she herself posts her transition posts or something like that, right? And she was some kind of, like, her particular example, like this person, she was some kind of influencer or something like that when she hadn't transitioned yet, when she was like a dude. And yeah, she had like a lot of likes and on these pictures. It's like she was an influencer and she transitioned in public. And it's interesting from my point of view. These posts are like from 2015 and it's 2022 or something like that. So I scrolled like 7 years on Instagram on this person's profile, right? But it's like it's out there and she hasn't archived all those posts or anything like that, right? And I think that it was an interesting thing, and I could learn. I could see on images, and this was a nice post to see. This experience, being able to experience this on Instagram was interesting, right? It was like a nice moment, and people seem to think like this is not a bad thing, right? And for example, all these posts that were yeah, she transitioned publicly, and so she got a lot of hate, but she got a lot of hate in the moment then, right? So I'm saying that the caveats to this whole thing apply to, like, don't go to someone else's first post on Instagram and tell them you were ugly as a kid, or dead name, dead name, dead name, right? That's pretty assholeish, right? But that doesn't mean that normalizing putting effort in means normalizing being an asshole, right? Normalize putting effort for good causes, for being nice, or for augmenting your knowledge on other people, instead of, you know, augmenting your knowledge on other people and then using that knowledge to hurt them or stuff like that. Yeah, and then I basically maybe wanted to say something like this genre of normalize X thing is pretty is pretty dumb in my opinion. And yeah, I every time I see a tweet that says normalize something, I find it like dumb. But I wanted to like play on that front. I find it funny. You know, it's dumb to like just want someone else to normalize something using a tweet, or like normalizing something using a video with like what 12 views. This video is going to get like 12 views. What am I going to normalize, right? Am I dumb? No, but it's like a performance. I'm performing what I want normalized on a society-wide scale on my 300 subscriber YouTube channel with 12 views. But yeah, such is life. let me express my feelings on this, right? And yeah, if you this is a video part of a 100 video series. This is video number 18, I think, and you can see the rest of the playlist here. I talk about some things like this. You can also check out the video about creepiness and the curiosity gap about creepiness. This one, all of this stuff, and my tweet and things like that will be linked in the description. And yeah, you can check anything out. You can leave a comment if you want, saying what you think about this, about anything that's related to this or tangential in any form. I will appreciate it. And yeah, see you. Bye.